It's Tuesday, October 5th. Coming up live on The View. They're in the groove in Hot Topics. From misses and hits on last night's Dancing with the Stars.
I'm not a witch.
To Christine O'Donnell's latest controversial TV spot. And which celeb suffered permanent damage from cosmetic surgery. And who's going under the knife to downsize her biggest assets. Plus, Jennifer Garner's revealing how she's producing hope for kids who need it. And if co-star Russell Brand behaved himself on the set of the remake of Arthur. Then, the one and only Liza Minnelli is taking the stage to belt out one of her brand new hits and telling you why she wants to get in the studio with Lady Gaga. All that, Hot Topics and more, coming up live on The View.
Sherry, you want to take a hot second and go get that taken care of?
No, they couldn't. My mic pack fell out of my butt.
It's coming out of the bottom.
It didn't come back.
Yeah, I was because you look so uncomfortable.
Well, both of our mic guys are men, so I'm standing there, it falls out, and all of a sudden my dress is lifted up in the back.
I saw 4 hands up there. And
Wow.
And now one of them asked for a date.
I personally think she did it on purpose.
Oh, it's possible because she is hot, little Sherry Shepherd.
Our audience is hot today.
The audience is very hot today. Hey, y'all. So, welcome. I mean, of course, we include those of you at home, too, when we say our audience is hot. Y'all are very hot, too. But what is even hotter than anything that I can even bring up is the fact that Barbara Walters did something last night that shocked the hell out of us this morning.
Yes, I did.
Barbara, speak on it.
I'll talk about it. Yes, I will. So every week, you sit down and talk about Dancing with the Stars,
Yes,
and there's this one and that one and this one and that one. Sometimes you watch it.
Yeah.
Even once you watched it.
there was a time.
I didn't. Right. So last night, our associate producer, Patrick Ignazi, calls me and says, Dancing in the Stars. Dancing with the Stars are on you. I watched.
What did you think?
And you didn't.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't. I was going to have this big discussion with you.
You could have emailed me.
Well, I watched Brandy getting a spanking. That was fun.
We have some of that too. First
But now you're the authority, Ms. Walters.
I wrote everything down,
Yes.
and I will now give you my quick descriptions.
Excellent.
By the way,
What's
it
next, The
happens
Bachelor?
to be a terrific show, and it's fun to watch. Okay?
All right. Yes, thank you.
Here we go.
Number 1 show.
Okay, the first stop, and she was leading last night. She's sort of neck and neck or fanny to fanny. Jennifer Grey, I thought she was terrific. She did the samba. Look at her. Somebody should do a Broadway show with her wonderful father, Joel Grey, who's a great director and actor. Look at that. She was adorable.
I
and
thought it was
everything had to
Bristol,
have-
but Bristol's
No,
coming
that's
up.
not.
Sarah.
Everything had to have a storyline. I mean, I just thought she was great. Okay, so that was Jennifer Grey. Then next was Florence Henderson, who was lovely and graceful and elegant. Yeah, she
What the hell is she wearing?
Sound of Music.
It was from Edelweiss, from Sound of Music. Each one had to have a story to it.
It was the whole story. It was a whole theme yesterday, the story.
So hers was very simple. I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't
deep and
it was
out
just
there.
nice,
Just
and she
fabulous.
was lovely, and
Yeah.
she is lovely. Okay. I fell in love. I fell in love with a former football player named Kurt Warner.
Oh, yeah.
This man could be a
good guy.
movie star. Look at him. He practiced with his 2 little girls how to be delicate, he said.
Yes.
And he did a foxtrot. There he is.
It's really cute.
Having tea with his adorable children. They're telling him how to hold the cup and so on.
And that's not out of character for him. That's something he does a lot with the girls.
And he has the
He's a good
greatest smile. Look how charming he is. And he did a sort of Gene Kelly thing with an
judges like
umbrella.
a Barbara?
guy. They did, right?
Yeah.
They did like him.
Oh, wow,
They did like
you really
him.
like
They
him.
liked
Wow,
him.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Water.
Watch out, Brenda.
Okay, and then the wonderful comedian Margaret Cho. And what got me about her was not, just her, dancing and shaking it, but her parents. Is that not cute? Look Look at that, how proud her parents were.
Margaret.
And she also, because she is openly gay, she talked about
She's
gay
married.
She's married.
suicide.
Yeah, she's married to a man.
She's not openly gay anymore.
I think maybe she's bi.
I don't know.
Okay, I take it back.
She got it. I know the story.
Wherever she is.
Yeah, she's been married for years
She
to a
has
man.
dabbled, she has had, but
Okay,
she's
so
not.
I take that back. But I guess the reason I thought
But
so.
her storyline was
Right.
for.
But the reason I thought so is that she talked about gay suicide.
Well, she's
Right.
She's against
Right.
you know.
Well, who isn't against gay suicide?
Well, some people.
But I didn't know whether it was appropriate to talk about it there, but
So you actually
whatever.
watched and you had a good time.
I have one more
Anybody
person
else?
to do. Yeah, and I have two more. I'll go real fast.
Okay.
Audrina Partridge, the reality star, did a waltz. Absolutely gorgeous.
She's on the hills. She's on
And
the
she's,
hills.
I think they're now #1. Okay, so if you want to move fast, we can get out of them.
No, that's
I want
fine.
to.
No,
Oh,
enjoying this.
okay. Well, I thought you were rushing me along.
No.
Bristol Palin.
Yes.
I have not been in the past the biggest fan of Bristol because I didn't know what she'd accomplished. But aside from the fact that I'm sure she's a good mother.
So now she's
But
accomplished
you
what,
know,
the two-step?
No, but let me tell you why I liked her.
She actually does a lot for
She
teens across this country
only had 4
right
days
now.
to practice, she said, and taking care of the baby and so forth. But she took a lot of criticism. They did not like her.
Now, I'm not a fan of this dance. She's usually done better. I think this is very slow as
Okay,
compared
but
to
let me
She
tell
had
you
to
why I
try to
liked her.
act. She
Right.
felt
Why'd you like her?
uncomfortable.
She took a lot. They really criticized her, the judges, and she was doing a foxtrot, and she took it very well. And that can't be easy. She's a very young girl. She's not a professional dancer, and I just thought that I was very touched by her
Well, you know,
because
they-
I thought that she took the criticism.
What
she took
the judges
criticism
tell
well.
Bristol all the time is because she's not an entertainer or an athlete, they always say to her, you have to get a character to hide behind because you're at a disadvantage, you know, competing against
She has
these
had
other
to
people.
put up with more junk and what people have to say about her.
She
Whatever
still
they say
got-
about her dancing is the least of her worries.
No,
She
well,
has
this
had to
should be
put
her
up with
worry because
some
she's getting
things.
paid to be on this show.
Your children.
It's her worry.
You know what, Sarah Palin put her out there.
Why did she put her out there? What
Put
did
her
she-
out there
Look, she
at the
did. She didn't put her
convention
out there
and
to
the
Well,
baby
whatever
and
put her out
Piper,
there,
and
she's still in the running. Is really what it comes down to.
They put them out
You
there.
know,
She's making
there-
her
she's-
choices.
Okay, so
right
now I
now.
don't have to watch every single one.
No, you
No,
do.
there was
Because
controversy last
they get
night.
eliminated tonight,
You have
Barbara.
committed yourself
Yes, you're
by
out.
speaking so
Elimination.
highly
And
and
now we
so
will be
well,
committing
and now
you.
you are stuck watching Dancing with the Stars.
Stars.
You did
Stars.
mention. What did you think of the controversy?
me.
There was a little controversy last night because last week it was who got booed, right?
Yeah.
And this week, last night, it was who got slapped.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
'Cause-
you mean with Brandy?
Yeah, well, the judges were like up in arms about it, sort of. So here's the clip of that.
Okay.
Relax. Continue. Brandy is one of those people that needs somebody tough, somebody who gets her to do things. Whoa, come on.
Slapping them on the arse, giving it all this. It's not the way to train,
Have you
in
been
my
for real?
opinion.
I don't condone that kind of teaching, but it worked because you were hot and you were on fire tonight, Brandy.
So does the corporal punishment work? I don't know.
Because they have been giving Brandy these you know, not so high comments.
Yeah.
And apparently Brandy responds and gets slapped on the behind. It works for her.
If she didn't like it, she could
I
have
don't
said
think Brandy
hands
had a
up.
problem with Maxon
She
slapping her on the
slapped him
behind.
back. She slapped him back last
She
night.
did a great job, too.
She did.
It's a lot of women in his audience would like Maxon to slap him on the ass.
So we're going and we'll be right back.
Don't think a lot of women have a problem.
No, really, we're going. Well, from the sublime to the very interesting, Christine O'Donnell has put out a new TV spot in an attempt to clear up some statements she made back in the 90s. Here's a little bit of it. Take a look.
I'm not a witch. I'm nothing you've heard. I'm you.
I mean, she may not be on a broomstick, but she's on something, I'll tell you. She's like, and then, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But you know, she's the Republican candidate for the Delaware Senate seat, and she's a Tea Party favorite.
candidate.
But there's this whole thing now of they're saying, I'm you. I'm just you. She's not me, and I don't know what that means.
No. Yeah,
I am
to
you.
be honest, like
as compared to what?
As a Republican, she's not me either. Like I don't understand. You know, I think that this is a mistake that happened because the two things are happening. One, everyone thinks the Tea Party is automatically in favor of Republicans. Right. The Republicans don't even have control of them. They're like bed bugs, okay? So like they.
Just to let you know, we have your back.
They are many in number.
Right.
And nobody knows where they're coming from, but they are powerful little suckers. And they took the wind out of Mike Castle in Delaware.
Yeah, they did.
Strong Republican, been there forever. Old boys next to him and behind him.
How do you explain that when she first emerged, Karl Rove made a statement that she was quote unquote nutty. And now he's backed off of it, and they're backing her in the Republican Party.
You know what?
And I said here, by rules of the game, you've got to get behind your party necessarily if your goal is to change Congress, if your goal is to get a seat changeover, if that is your goal, then you need to. The problem is that the Republican Party didn't want to put anyone up against the guy who's been in control for a while.
But you know what I have a problem with? When I hear people say, because it seems like every politician who runs does that whole I'm you, you know, and what makes me crazy is I go, you say you're me, but then you get up to Washington and you realize they put some documents in front of you and you make these promises and then you see things that you didn't see before and you go, now I got to change my plans and my policies. It's just like when I used to watch this show, I used to watch The View, and I would sit at the thing and I'd scream and I'd go, Joy, why don't you say this? Oh my God, and then you sit here and you go, oh my God, this thing moves faster than I even realized it. But you know, until you get in there.
Does this help? I'm sorry, Whoopi,
I just wanted to let you know that the Washington Post columnist, you might actually think this is fun, Eugene Robinson said about the I am not a witch ad, he said it kind of makes her look like she might be a witch.
Why?
Because the lighting, the pale skin, the dark background, she looks like the question is in doubt. Robinson said Tuesday on MSNBC's Morning Joe, she looks like she might be a witch. Anytime you have to start a new ad by saying, I'm not a witch.
Yeah. But isn't that how when people...
It's not a good day.
When people hypnotize you, don't they talk very slowly and they go, hello, what are you doing? I'm not a witch, I am you. Isn't that how they do? Very slowly.
The hopeful governor of New York, Palladino, was also saying, did I pronounce his name?
You don't know for it. He's hopeful. He would be.
I'm not hopeful.
Yes. Okay.
Wherever it is, and I'm not you, and I'm not him. But there is this whole, listen to these different ads of so many of the kind, I am you. In other words, I'm the real person, and whoever is in office isn't.
Yes.
And the point is, they are not us.
Well, I don't identify with her. She screwed up all her finances. She thinks that she thought she was a witch in another life.
She didn't think she was a witch. Let's hang on. One thing, and be fair, because I'm trying to be fair at this table here. You have to really understand that you can't just mischaracterize someone. And that's what's going on. Attack her issues, because there's enough in her issues that are there that's there to attack.
Here's a quote from her. American scientific companies are crossbreeding humans and animals and coming up with mice with fully functioning human brains. Okay? Can we have a picture? Picture it, a mouse with a human brain.
So she may not be the brightest bulb on the chandelier, but hell, you know, none of them are, seemingly. Now listen.
Can I just say one more thing? It might be a mistake. It might be a mistake for us to make fun of these people, from my side.
I don't think you're making fun.
These people who we say are stupid, because that makes them more endearing to their fans.
Listen, let me tell you, I don't think anybody at this, I heard anybody say they were stupid. I don't think so. I just think that there are some things which we all have learned because we've been in the business as long as we have, that come back and bite you in the behind later on. True. So sometimes if you think before you speak, you don't have to clean up stuff. Like, you know, at once I might have thought about dabbling in witchcraft because it's going to come back these days. In 10 years ago, nobody would have given a poop. But now,
no one took her seriously then because she wasn't running for the Senate.
Let's talk about sex. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. The biggest American sex survey since 1994 found that 64% of women say they reached orgasm the last time they had sex with a man, but 85% of men say their last female sexual partner had an orgasm.
60, 20%.
So
Take out your calculator there.
something's wrong.
Somebody's in delusion.
Or faking it.
Is it the guys don't know when you're in orgasm, or is it that women are faking it a lot more?
Do you remember that wonderful when Harry met Sally and she's sitting in the delicatessen going, I won't do it now because I can do it too.
Come on.
I need a new ringtone.
Oh, that's funny. You need a new ringtone.
I need a new ringtone.
The Barbara orgasm ringtone. I love it. Love that. Can you do that? That's what Lynn said.
If I ever ran for office, this is what they would say. No, but my point is we all know that women fake it, and men don't know that women fake it. They don't fake it all the time.
Right.
And sometimes the men even know how to make it possible so the woman doesn't want to fake it. But the truth is, we didn't need this survey to tell us that there are times when women fake it.
This is
Have
true.
you not, ladies, just between us, have you never faked it?
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm either there or I'm not. And it's like, when you know I'm not there, I'm like this.
Right.
I don't think I'm there yet.
If you fake
I'm
it.
not going to ask the audience, but I'm not going to be the only one. Is there anybody else in this audience who's ever faked it? Okay.
The reason that I don't fake it is because it encourages him to continue.
It's an enabling factor. It just
You say,
enables
okay,
them.
thank you. I mean, that's enough, you know? I'm done.
But their egos are so fragile because they want to believe so badly that they've made you orgasm. Men's egos are so fragile when you go, it didn't.
Why lie as opposed to teaching them what to do to make it happen?
But even if you can teach him, you can teach a man.
Yeah.
You can teach a man to do what you want, but sometimes they just can't.
How old are you?
I'm
sometimes you
43.
don't want
I've
it.
never had to. I've never had to fake it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure one day I'll have to get the laundry done, and you know, it might happen. I don't, but it hasn't yet.
Anyway, it's an interesting poll.
First of all, it's not the only part of sex to enjoy. There are many aspects to sexual behavior.
But they want to know they want to know you screaming
It's
up
a
the walls
great
like
one.
Barbara just
No,
did.
they want it. They want it. You know what? It's because there is this fake idea of what sex is supposed to be and what's supposed to happen, and that's what's so bad about the. Okay, we'll be right back.
If you don't want to fake it, do it with yourself.
Whoopi, you always have your what the hell rants and hot topics, but now you've put them in writing with your new book called Is It Just Me or Is It Nuts Out There? Love it.
Yeah, I read that book last night. Such fun. It's all your pet peeves.
Yes, a lot of stuff is bugging the hell out of me. You know, I just think things aren't as civil. My biggest is that people think that they can drink and get in a car. Because I feel like if you drink and get in a car and the cops pull you over, they should take your car.
Absolutely.
It should be a consequence. It should be a consequence. First time out. The same, I know this is terrible, but I feel the same about texting as well. If they catch you texting, you should lose your car because the consequence of doing that is you don't get to have a car. It's so great. Right. But they haven't adapted.
Seems elementary to me.
Well, to me. But what are yours? I bet you guys have some, no?
Well, what you talk about in the book is a lot of small things that don't... And one of the things you were talking about the other day, and you were arguing about it, is people with strollers. And one of the things in the book is people who stand across on the street, and you can't get by. It's a pet. Now, that's a little thing.
Right.
Lots of complaints about cell phones.
Cell phones, people. Yeah, you don't want. Why do I need to hear your? Yeah, I did ask the audience. So before, shall I get to you guys? Let's go to the audience, and we'll show you what happens.
One thing that drives me insane is let's have girl time and you bring your child. Not only do you bring your child, but no activity books for the kid.
I like that.
It drives me nuts when I find a good buy online and I order it and the postage costs as much as the item.
Yeah.
I hate when bill collectors call. You tell them the person does not live here and they keep calling back every day, and then you ask them to stop calling and they call anyway.
Because they know you're lying.
So I just start yelling.
What drives me crazy is while I'm at home leisurely watching The View, and during commercial break, the volume goes up at least 8 times what it was while I was watching the show.
You're right. You are so right.
When you're trying to watch a good football game and a girl walks in the room and talks about how cute the football player looks in those tight pants.
That just sounds like jealousy to me.
I hate when you call someone and they never pick up, and you text them and they text you right back.
What bothers me the most is like when I'm in a bathroom and then somebody answers their cell phone. It's like you never have any privacy. It's like people are having a full-blown conversation while they're on the toilet.
How many take it to church with them? Unless that's God getting ready to call you, that's not where it's supposed to be.
What drives me nuts is when my husband asks where something is before he even looks. It drives me crazy when you're sitting in a restaurant trying to enjoy your meal and the person behind you blows his nose.
Oh! That also drives me berserk. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
You know, I shared your question. I posted it on my Twitter, what irks you? And Peppercorn16 said this, and I agree. Rotten customer service. I do not like, press 1 for this, press 2. I want to hear a human voice, and I'm tired of those automated machines. I agree with you.
I talk about it. Well, look, you got one, a quick one?
I can relate to that football comment. Like when a guy says to me, look at that gorgeous woman. Look, I'm not a lesbian. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, she's gorgeous. What do you want from me?
Lots of cell phone stuff. People talking in restaurants on cell phones.
It covers a lot of...
People walking on the street and talking on the cell phone.
It also covers people talking to each other, and how uncivil we have become. So, grab it,
A lot of people want to know how uncivil we've become because Whoopi's book, Is It Just Me or Is It Nuts Out There, is out today. You can read an excerpt on our website, and members of our studio audience are going home with the copy. But that's not all. Wait, there's more. That's not all. We are so ecstatic. They are also getting a copy of her children's book that's also in stores today. Sugar Plum Ballerina's Terrible Terrell. Woo!
We'll be right back with Jennifer Garner.
Hollywood A-lister who's producing some positive, helpful work off-screen as well. Please welcome Jennifer Garner.
Glad you're here. Hello. It's been a long time.
It has been. I can't remember the last time.
Hello. My Spanx showing now.
We had a little hot topic out here talking about faking it, but we're not going to ask you that because we know you're married to
Ben Affleck. She doesn't have to fake it.
Need to fake it. I want to talk about something incredible that you're doing. For a long time, you've been working with an organization called Save the Children, which is outstanding. And I know you've had a bunch of projects go on with them. What are you currently working on right now?
Well, Save the Children, just so you know, they serve the 1 in 5 kids in America who are growing up in poverty. And they serve them in all different kinds of ways. From 0 to 5, we go into the homes, we provide the moms with books, toys, things that they wouldn't have. Check on the mothers. If the mom is mentally okay, then the kid is probably going to be okay. Sure. And then we do this great after-school program and in-school tutoring. We kind of work with the schools and the communities to make sure that the school is the center of every community. And we do these great literacy programs after school, and we make sure that these kids have snacks, healthy snacks they wouldn't have, and we run them around like crazy. They have a blast.
What's a healthy snack that you would recommend?
Well, today, for example, later today, I will be with dozens of kids from New York City packing up snacks to send 30 days of snacks for 30 kids, and we'll send these boxes on to Kentucky. And we're sending them a fruity granola bar, pretzels, water, a piece of fruit.
Basics, some things that they like and enjoy.
You have time to do this, and you make the time to do this.
This is important. This actually is really important for me to make the time. It's important for me that my kids see me make the time.
Well, and since we have seen you, you have 2 little girls, 4 and a year and a half. That takes a little time.
Yes.
And now you are producing a movie, you're making a movie. How do you balance it? And does Ben, if you're away, does Ben come home and play, you know, and take care of the kids and do the diapers and do...
He really does. First of all, I have a supportive husband, and that's the best thing that any woman who's working or not working can ask for. It's hard to be a mom. It's hard for stay-at-home moms. It's hard for moms who work full-time. The balance is actually impossible. And I think I have it as good as anyone. For Arthur this summer, which was the most fun job ever.
The new movie.
The movie that I worked on, it's a remake, and Liza Minnelli's here, so that was exciting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because you're playing the role that she played.
I don't play Liza Minnelli's role. I play Jill Eikenberry's role. This great young woman, Greta Gerwig, who is everyone's going to fall in love with, plays Liza's role. Anyway, I was here for 4 weeks. I worked 15 days of those. I mean, making a movie, you don't always work every day. It's not hardcore all the time. So I got to play around in New York with my girls. We had a blast. You know, it was great.
Speaking of Arthur, which is co-starring Russell Brand, we've had him on the show a couple times.
You ladies.
I know. You know, and the thing about when he gets on the show, he's always a little raunchy when he comes on the show. So what was it like? What was it like working with Mr. Brand?
We all fell madly in love with him. You can't help it. Isn't he the most charming? He makes you feel so beautiful, and he's smart and hysterically funny. He had to kiss this woman who was a background artist in a scene. And he gave her the kiss of her life. I mean, her eyes afterwards, I don't think she'd been kissed like that since high school. She was just like...
Did he give you makeup advice on Arthur? I was reading that.
The more, the better, was basically what he told me, yes. He was always like, you could use some more eyeliner. You know.
Funny, yeah, he's always pretty candid when he's here, too. One thing I want to mention that you do with the girls, you're really big on decorating tables during the holiday time, right? And you think that it's important for parents to do that? I love a decorated table.
Yes, I just think it's fun to involve your kids in any way. With meals, I think that the more that they have a good time around food, the fewer issues you'll have with them with food. And actually today, one of the things that I'm really here for is that Frigidaire and Save the Children are teaming up. I'm so happy to be here to talk about this because Frigidaire is giving $500,000 to Save the Children. Yes, it is a solid American company, and they are helping to make sure that kids over the holidays who are in need have healthy snacks. And that's what this program I'm doing later today. It's getting kids involved with philanthropy. It's making sure that healthy snacks are going out to kids in Kentucky.
But it's a great thing for corporations to get involved with philanthropy. They're complaining about the surplus and all this other. Cough up some money for some of these poor children and schools in need.
I will say that they've done every time that Save the Children has gone to them, they've done even more than we've asked, and they say, take us to your site. You know, Save the Children just opened in my home state, West Virginia, which I'm thrilled about. And Frigidaire will hopefully go with me to the grand opening so that they can see with their own eyes what their money is going for. And you can see it on Frigidaire.com. If you go, just by going, Frigidaire will donate $1 towards
every time someone goes on the website.
Save the Children. Yes, every time
incentive enough to go. It's a great cause. Now, as important as the healthy food is too, the fun food is there as well. Coming up on Halloween, I know you guys dress up as a family. Last year, weren't you with the Little Mermaid theme with the girls?
Yes,
you, Ben, the girls. What
Ben was King Triton. Thank goodness, no one ever saw that. And Violet was Little Mermaid. And poor Serafina. Violet has discovered is fun to have around as the buddy. So Sarah was Flounder.
Oh, how fun. What are you doing this year?
I don't know. It's really up to... Sadly, it's up to Violet still for one more year. I keep saying eventually Sarah's going to have an opinion and she's going to tell you what she wants to do.
How old is Violet?
She'll be 5 on December 1st.
That is her choice for now.
In addition
she will
to
run it.
acting in Arthur and having the 2 little kids, you're now producing a movie with Hugh Jackman.
I've had this.
I love his wife, Debbie, but I'm in love with Hugh Jackman. Everybody knows that.
You just get around right now, don't you, Bob?
I'm busy. I'm very busy these days. It's all in my head. It's all fake. Trust me, it's all fake. But why do you want to produce? What does that give you?
Well, it gives you control. It lets you be part of the solution instead of just hearing about the problems and not being frustrated that you don't have anything to do about it. It helps you actually say, look, here's a piece of material that I believe in. I want to find the director that I feel like is right for this. I want to support him and fight for him to get what he needs. And we carved butter with the best of them. It takes place in the world of butter carving at the Iowa State Fair. Yeah. It's a little bit of a political allegory. It's a little bit of a kind of darker comedy. I don't necessarily play the nicest person, and it was a blast.
A quick question. Ben has said that he doesn't want to act in a film with you because he feels the audience doesn't feel the chemistry when a couple's married on film.
That's interesting.
Do you want to do a film with him?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I mean, as an actor, I would love to be directed by him, but as a wife, I do not want to be directed by him.
Do
you think that's fair, though?
Yes.
I mean,
we're glad that you came today.
Thank you so
tell
much.
Them we say
I
hello.
know. Isn't this really great?
You want to go log on and help some kids out there. We want to thank Jennifer Garner for coming. We'll be right back with Liza Minnelli.
Just talking because we're talking about Liza Minnelli, and you and she have something in common.
Yes, Liza is an EGOT person, which is the Oscar, the Emmy, the Tony, and the Grammy.
And you have that, and so does Liza. Well, yeah, that's my girl. Liza Minnelli, of course, the very mention of her name, Liza, brings to mind words like dramatic and sensational and emotional. And oh, that voice. And now she's just released a brand new CD called Confessions, and we can't wait to hear what she wants to confess about. Please welcome back Liza Minnelli. So before we talk about confessions, you have a lot to confess about.
Yes, I do.
But we'll get to the author. Jennifer Garner's going to be an author.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But she's not playing your part.
She's not playing you. Nobody can quite play you, but someone's going to try.
Oh,
there you go.
Well, I'm sure she'll be wonderful. She's a good actress.
Did you love doing it? When you
with,
did it?
With Dudley?
Yeah, it must have been so fun.
It was so funny. Yeah. It was so funny.
Well, I'm sure that you were wonderful.
You know, if I didn't laugh, somebody in the Flies laughed. Yeah. Or the director laughed. Or the photographer laughed. Right. You know, it was just...
Heaven.
It was heaven to do. It was absolutely heaven.
Yeah. I want to talk about Liza, Confessions. I heard that you worked on this in your bedroom. It was that intimate.
Well, no, it's a long story.
Oh.
Not that long. I'll cut it down.
Okay.
What happened was I had to have my knee replaced, besides everything else. You know, both hips. And then finally they hit me with the knee. So I thought, I can't lie still that long. I just can't. You know? So I called Billy.
Stretch.
Who's at the piano?
Billy Stretch.
Billy Stretch.
Hi, Billy. You're wonderful. And a pumpkinist.
And
great piano player.
He came to my house, and we recorded before the operation.
Did he get in bed with you?
Billy? Well, no, not Billy.
Okay, that's one of the confessions.
Well, yeah. You said that the songs on this CD, they all talk about love, they talk about relationships. Was there someone special that you were thinking about as you were recording these songs?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Absolutely everybody. It's funny, but I'll never write a book. You know, I'm not that kind of person. But this album is, I think, all the loves I've ever had in my life. I mean it.
Well, they said they're talking Grammy for this, I understand.
Are they? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
I've heard this buzz about a Grammy. Does that make you happy?
Yes.
It makes you happy, sure.
Of course it makes me happy, my God.
And, also,
and what happened was Billy just came over, and because we're so used to working together, we just did it, like I told you, in the apartment.
He crawled into bed.
You're going to sing now, huh?
Will you sing for us?
For
you?
Yes,
Yes.
of course we're
Here to
doing.
perform, I must have that man from her new CD, Confessions, is Liza Minnelli.
Don't need my mammy, don't need a friend. My heart is broken, it won't ever mend. I ain't much caring where I will end, but I must have that man. I'm like an oven crying for heat. He treats me awful each day of the week. It's just unlawful how that man can cheat, but I must have that man. He's hot as Hades, the ladies not safe in his arms. When she's kissed, but I'm afraid that when he's cooled off, maybe I'll be ruled off his list, and I'll never be missed. I need this person much worse than just bad. I'm half alive, and it's driving me mad. He's only human. If he's to be had, then I must have that man. I need this person much worse than just bad. I'm half alive, and he's driving me mad. He's only human. If he's to be had, then I must have that man. I must have that man. I gotta have that man. Oh, my baby. You like it?
I love it. I love you. I always have. Our thanks to Liza Minnelli and everyone in our studio. She's going on with a copy of
I'm so excited.
It's a wonderful album. Thank you, darling.
Oh, darling, I love you.
Hey, the movie Karate Kid just came out. Everybody's taking home a copy. Have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view.